What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Mark coming to you with another video. Here to do another review for the brand new movie, the third in the franchise, Creed 3. Now, this is the directorial debut for Michael B. Jordan. But before we talk about the movie, if y'all could please leave a like and subscribe. That means a lot to me. Thank you guys. Now let's get into it. So to me, Creed 3 isn't really much different from like other sports movies that you've seen. But Michael B. Jordan, as I mentioned, it's his directorial debut. So he has a little bit of uniqueness. He is a lover of anime, and you definitely feel that with every boxing match that you see played on screen. Like, it's his own personal touch of, you know, his love. This is a spoiler talk in case y'all don't know. This is just how I like to talk. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it and then come right back. And then for the people who have seen it and want to hear my opinions on it, then let's get right into it. In Creed 3, we see one of Creed's old best friends slash brothers make a return in his life. And that person is played wonderfully by Jonathan Majors, aka Kang the Conqueror. In this movie, his name is Dame. And Dame is out for some type of revenge. We see in the beginning that he was a boxer and he was basically semi-pro. And he had Creed right there by his side. But there's an incident that happens that gets Dame locked up, and then obviously Creed, you know, nothing happens to him and he continues to live his life. And obviously Dame was behind bars for about 18 years, I believe. He wants a shot at becoming pro again. Like, so in his eyes, he's like, it sucks, you know, to see someone else live out your dream. And that's what he's after in this movie. Jonathan Majors, man, he is well underway to becoming one of the top Hollywood actors of this time right now, because damn, man, like, he performed wonderfully. You just felt sorry for him, and you also felt the intensity and the desire that he wanted to take what was his, and you felt it, especially whenever things got intense with Michael B. Jordan's Creed. Like, both of them, they just bounced off each other so wonderfully. And yeah, like I said, man, Jonathan Majors he's not to be reckoned with. Every scene, you just felt rooting for him. Even his boxing matches, man, you felt like you wanted him to win. Yes, you know, he kind of played a little bit dirty, but obviously he's been, you know, locked up. And I found myself going for him too. I'm not gonna lie. In the last boxing match between him and Creed, I wanted him to knock Creed's ass off. He is definitely the highlight of this movie. You can almost say that he steals the show. But, you know, Michael B. Jordan is still Michael B. Jordan. He plays Creed wonderfully as well. He grows in this movie. He retires from boxing because, you know, he had so many injuries throughout the last 3 movies, concussions, you know, broken bruise. Like, his body's wearing down. And so he retires and he basically becomes like one of the promoters. You know, he has his own company and he has boxers lined up under him. And yeah, he's making a name for himself. And as I mentioned, Michael B. Jordan is an anime fan. And, you know, I'm familiar with anime. You know, I love my Dragon Ball Z. And so there were few fights that we've seen, because I believe there's 3 in this movie. He definitely adds his own personal touch of anime. Like in the first one, Creed has rematch against Conlan from the first Creed movie. And as Creed is dodging, it's just a point of view shot of Creed looking like under his armpit. And he does it twice. And I'm like, you know, just little things like that is like, okay, that's, you know, that's different. Obviously, Creed is targeting where he's going to go with. And so it looks like Creed's about to lose the match again to Conlan, but after those 2, like I said, moments of him dodging and locking in on where he wants to target, he makes his move. And then I was like, okay, you know, that was actually pretty cool. For Dame's second boxing match, or not second boxing match, but the second boxing match in the movie, which was Dame's first, I don't recall there being any, like, an aspect of anime to it. But, man, like I mentioned, Dame is ruthless, man. Like, he doesn't know the full rules yet. And so, yeah, he's like just a power hitter, man. And he's so jacked up too. It made me want to work out. But yeah, you know, it was pound for pound, you know, just a brawler. But the third match, which is the match between Creed and Dame, like, that one definitely had an anime feel to it. I love how when they're fighting, like, everything around them, so the crowd, like, they're not there, it's all black, and then it's just the light on the boxing ring, and it's just them fighting with no sound. Like that is, I feel like pretty amazing. You know, it's different from other boxing movies that I've seen. But what I kind of didn't like was the fact that as they're boxing, you know, they're laying each other out. You know, like in one part when they get to one side of the ring, a cage falls, and then like they get to another side of the ring, an old mattress or an old boxing bag comes down. It didn't really take me out because to me that symbolized both of their past, and you know I understood it, but I don't know if it was like, you know, necessary. But once like all that happened, it was a really cool shot that is it's straight out of anime, straight from Dragon Ball Z. Is where they both attempt to hit each other and they both execute it. They both have their hands on each other's faces and just something like that. That was horrible. But it's like I said, it's straight out of Dragon Ball Z, like Goku and Vegeta punching each other at the same time, and I thought that was amazing. So the build up to it, I'm not too sure. You know, what did you guys think about it? Like, yeah, did it work for you? Did it not? I don't know, man. Comment below and let me know. Another thing too that I really loved about this movie was the dynamic between Creed and his daughter Mara. His daughter is death. Throughout the movie, you see she wants to become a fighter. She's watching her dad's highlights, and even he practices with her. So it was very heartwarming. I love seeing that playing on screen, and it definitely felt like they're eventually going to do something with her down the road. And I think that would be very different and unique. I'd be really interested in seeing that and seeing how all that stuff plays out. Tessa Thompson, you know, played Bianca well. I feel like she probably took a little of a backseat. She, you know, she still had her moments for sure, especially to ground Creed. But like, yeah, you know, she was fine. You know, no issues with her. And then the actress who played Marianne, Creed's mother, spoiler alert, she passes on. And I didn't really feel like it did something for him on the movie because he was still on his path. If anything, it just made him, you know, like reassure Creed that he's gonna fight Dame. But I kind of thought he already, you know, I kind of already felt like he was going to eventually, anyways. But yeah, obviously, you know, it's his mom in, you know, this in this movie. And so yeah, you know, it sucks to lose a loved one. The thing that she did was that while Dame was locked up, Dame was actually sending Creed letters, but Creed never got him because Marianne wanted Creed to move on from that life because obviously he's locked up, and she wanted better for her son. You know, obviously, what do you guys think? Should she have given them or not? And this is my biggest like takeaway from the movie of why I didn't like it. But man, was Rocky missed. Rocky was definitely missed in this movie. There were like some quotes and some motivational talk that like Duke gave to Creed or Duke gave to Dame, and then also Creed gave out to his fighters or one of them that was like, hey, you know, Rocky said that. I understand the Creed because obviously Rocky was mentoring Creed, but every time Duke said something that made me think of, hey, that's what Rocky said. I don't know. I just didn't buy it, man. You definitely miss Rocky in this movie. His presence, man. Like just just the motivation, the wisdom he gives, the corniness, how he delivers it. Like you know, you definitely felt the absence of his presence, and even for the funeral, you know, when Marianne passes, like if he wasn't anywhere else, you could have at least had him there. And the movie doesn't really do a good job of explaining why he's not there. But I mean, yeah, like Rocky was definitely missing this movie. But at the end of the day, I still really enjoyed this film. It's still another solid film, especially in this franchise. Because yeah, now we have three, and who knows how much more we're gonna get? Because obviously with Rocky, there was at least about six. But yeah, you know, like I said, this is another solid entry. I still think number one is my favorite. I love two. I love the presence of Drago, especially because Rocky 4 is one of my favorite Rocky movies of all time. And so I love the emotion that you know that was being carried on to that movie. But Yeah, I still think number one is probably the best in the franchise. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 8.5. The training montage was lit. I think it could have been even better, but I mean, I think what did it more for me was the soundtrack. You know, produced by Dreamville, aka Drake, J Cole, and yeah, like the soundtrack was amazing. I love the beats. To me, that kind of made the montage. But yeah, 8.5. You know, I enjoyed it, but like at the end of the day, I wasn't like, oh my god, you know, that was amazing. I didn't leave the theater like so excited and pumped up and everything. But what did you guys think about it? I mean, did you guys watch it? Are you guys have any interest of watching it? Comment below and let me know. And please, if you haven't already left subscribe, please do so. That means a lot to me. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.